$291 raise for SSI, Supplemental Security Income. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now this video is dedicated to SSI Beneficiaries, Supplemental Security Income. The reason for that is all the numbers that pertain to SSI are very different than all the numbers that pertain to other fixed income benefit programs like Social Security Retirement, SSDI, Survivors, VA, and RRB. So as a result of that, I do want to focus specifically on SSI right here in this video. I do want to go through and answer some of the questions that I've been seeing down below, as well as give you an update as far as where we currently stand with a big old benefit raise for about 8 million SSI beneficiaries. Let's get into it and discuss all the details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe down below as information is changing very rapidly. I'm doing all the necessary research and breaking it all down into these short videos, as I am your one and only daily advocate. I truly do want to help you out in any way that I can by keeping you updated and, of course, pointing out anything in regards to money, checks, raises to benefits, programs, or anything else out there right now for the low income and, of course, the fixed income. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about a potential $291 raise for, again, about 8 million SSI beneficiaries. So I've been seeing down below in the comments section, many people have been reaching out lately asking for the latest details on SSI. Where do we currently stand? Are we going to see some big reform to this program? Are we going to see some major changes to this program? Are we going to be seeing a major raise to these monthly benefits? Are they going to be doing a variety of other changes to this program, as many people in this community and, of course, many people that receive SSI benefits have been wondering for a very long time now. Now that's a great question, so let me bring up to speed as far as what is currently going on and, of course, everything that we know as of right now. All right, so one more thing. I want to throw this out there as well. Not to be confused with the annual cost of living adjustment. Now, I know lately I've been talking a lot about this because, honestly, it's a very important topic, and this is a very big raise coming in for Social Security, SSDI, Retirement, Survivors, SSI, and VA beneficiaries. However, this video is not all about the COLA raise, but again, yes, you will be getting that. As an SSI beneficiary, you will be getting an annual cost of living adjustment. Now, I do know that virtually every single one of you know that already, but again, just want to make it very clear. Any other raises that we're talking about, again, are not in relation to the COLA. The COLA is basically already going to be happening. We know this. There's no changes there. We know that every year SSI is also included to receive the annual cost of living adjustment. So again, that doesn't come as like some big surprise to any of us. We all know this, right? It's the same thing every year. It just happens to be a nice big one coming this year, right? Or for 2023, I should say. However, I do want to bring up to speed here because I've had a few people reaching out privately through email and other means asking me to give an update on this, as well as I've seen down in the comments section a lot of people that receive SSI asking, what's going on here? Are we getting a big raise? Are we getting some reform to this? What's going on? All right, so a lot of it comes down to the SSI Restoration Act, a really good piece of legislation that is currently in the Senate, where they have brought it up. A group of senior Senate Democrats have come up with this SSI Restoration Act, which would actually reform SSI in a big way. Let me break it down for you and let you know what would go on with this, because this is actually a really good piece of legislation. There are some key things in there that would change this program, which, by the way, SSI was originally brought into play way back in the early 70s by Richard Nixon. So this was a program that was brought in about 50 years ago to help out the low income, the older adults, seniors, people like that, people with low income, people with disabilities who are younger than the age of 65, to help them out with their income and to help them out basically cover living expenses on an ongoing monthly basis. So this program has been around for about 50 years. Here's the major problem with it. This program has not been reformed in a very long time. There was a little bit of changes that went into this program back in the late 80s. Other than that, this program has virtually gone unchanged in a long time, right? So in about 32 to 33 years, this program has virtually gone under no changes at all. So I think all of us can probably agree this program is about time to change, right? Some major changes need to go into this program. So number one, with the SSI Restoration Act, and again, let me buzz through these quickly because some of you have been asking about this. So in the SSI Restoration Act, number one, they want to raise benefits up to the federal poverty line. And again, I know that this is probably the biggest headline out of this, the SSI Restoration Act, and I totally agree. This would be amazing, right? This would be a huge, huge change to many people. In fact, let me give the numbers as of right now, because here's what it comes down to. This would look like about a 35, well, let me say that a different way here. So as of right now, the federal poverty line is $1,132 every single month. The maximum benefit as of right now is $841 per month. So as of right now, the $841 SSI monthly benefit is 35% below the federal poverty line. That's huge. That is huge, huge amounts of money below the federal poverty line. What it all comes out to is they would need to give a raise of $291 every single month just to bring the current benefit from $841 up to the federal poverty line of $1,132 every single month. That'd be a raise of $291, just under $300 every single month, by the way. And if you want to see the numbers on that, that would actually be the difference of about $3,500 per individual every single year. It's a lot of money, right? $3,500 every single year, or $291 is what it calculates out to on a monthly basis. That'd be life-changing. Just imagine, a lot of us here have been talking about a potential $200 raise for Social Security with the Social Security Expansion Act. Just imagine $291. Seriously, this would be helpful for so many people, especially SSI beneficiaries, where as many of us have talked about down below in the comments section, I've seen the comments, I've had conversations with many of you down in the comments section. $841 these days is really, really tough to live on. Even with SNAP benefits and getting food support, even with rental assistance, even with utility assistance, with all of the other assistance that's out there right now, even trying to live on $841 a month, even with other assistance like that, is still really, really tough. That is not much money, especially right now when your own utility bill, a simple, electrical bill on a monthly basis could be $100, could be $150. Your cell phone bill, probably $50, $60, $70. Your heating bill, probably another $100. Or your air conditioning bill, I should say, depending on the time of year that you're in or where you're located in the country. And again, maybe your water bill, another $30, $40, $50. Again, it all adds up. To fill up your car with gas, oh yeah, that's going to be another $50. You know what I mean? Seriously, all of this stuff is nuts right now. Food prices are up about 14% year over year. So the same $100 that you were spending a year ago on groceries is now going to cost you $114 for the same old thing, right? So again, not to mention, we're dealing with shrinkflation as well. If you haven't heard about that, I've talked about it a little bit in previous videos. Basically what's happening is these manufacturers are shrinking the package sizes. So maybe a year ago, you could have bought a 12-ounce box of cereal for, say, $5. Today you can buy a 10-ounce box of cereal, 2 ounces less, for $5. It's called shrinkflation. They're lowering quantity size for the same old price. So anyway, we can talk about that separately in a different video, but my point is things are very expensive right now, and we all know this, and it's only going to get worse, right? It's not coming down anytime soon. So anyway, the whole fact of the matter is a $291 per month raise for SSI beneficiaries would be absolutely incredible and would help out the 8 million beneficiaries in a huge, huge way. One other quick side note about this. I've seen a comment down below recently that said, well, would we need to worry about the trust fund running out for SSI? No, there's no trust fund for SSI. Unlike Social Security and SSDI, those two have trust funds. Those have a kind of a limited or finite amount of money within them. SSI, you're just getting that you're getting that funding out of the federal general fund. So there's literally no limit to how much money is available for SSI. Doesn't really matter, okay? They can do anything they want with that program. Doesn't matter. No trust fund to worry about with SSI, unlike Social Security and SSDI, okay? So totally different programs, even though they're all administered by the Social Security Administration. So those are the calculations on that. Now let's quickly talk about the marriage penalty. Yes, the marriage penalty is still in place for SSI beneficiaries. Now I know that a lot of you here in the community say that one needs to go. I totally agree with you. This one is totally 100% out of date. So yes, when they implemented this program way back in the 70s, they put something in it called the marriage penalty. In other words, if you're married and you receive SSI, you're going to be penalized in a big, big way. In fact, as of right now in 2022, as I make this video, the maximum benefit you can get as a married couple receiving SSI is $1,261 per month, which, by the way, if you were just two individuals, take this into consideration for a second. If you were two individuals and you were not married, the maximum benefit would be $841 each, right? So 841 multiplied by 2 is $1,682 per month is what you collectively get as two individuals. But as soon as you get married, that $1,682 now all of a sudden goes down to $1,261. Does that make any sense? We've talked about that before. That just simply does not make any sense to me at all. But again, I've said it before, I like to look at everything very logically. To me, that makes no logical sense at all, to penalize somebody when they get married. I don't know, it just seems really weird to me. But again, that one is still out there, and I do know that a lot of you are agreeing that yes, that one needs to be pulled as well. That alone, just removing the marriage penalty, would help out a lot of people receiving SSI, and again, who are married, right? Or who maybe want to become married and are not, simply because they're saying, why would I get married when I'm going to be penalized to do so? I'm just going to stay engaged, or, unfortunately, whatever you have to decide to do. But a lot of people, I've even had a conversation, and I've seen some people down below in the comments section reaching out saying, I want to get married, but I'm not going to because I'm just going to get penalized. So unfortunately, we're just holding off for now. So maybe they'll pull that one out there as well. But this is all included in the SSI Restoration Act. Now next, I want to throw this one out there as well. They do want to raise the asset levels. Now, for those of you receiving SSI, you know right now, as an individual, you can have $2,000, not a penny more. If you have anything more than $2,000, your benefits are potentially subject to garnishment, right? Or major reduction. As a married couple, you can have $3,000. Anything more than that, boom, you get penalized. Again, does this make any sense? I think we can all learn from the 2020 and 2021 type situation. $2,000 in savings or $2,000 in any kinds of liquid assets around, or $3,000 as a married couple is not going to get anybody anywhere very far right now. Again, I'm not trying to dismiss $2,000 or $3,000. That's a lot of money right now, okay? I totally understand. That's a lot of money for a lot of people. However, we all understand at the same time, prices are very high, things are getting expensive, the cost of living continues to rise right now. So $2,000 to lean back on in the event of a major situation like what we went through in 2020 and 2021, or $3,000 as a married couple, again, not a good situation. It does not last very long in that event. And again, we've seen this play out. We just watched it play out over the last couple years here. So we know revisiting those levels again would not be a pretty picture for a lot of people, which is also why in the SSI Restoration Act, they want to raise those limits from $2,000 as an individual up to $10,000 as an individual, and $3,000 as a married couple up to $20,000 as a married couple. Again, it doesn't mean that you need to have that much saved around, but it means that you could save as an individual maybe up to $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $9,500, and you would not be penalized. As a married couple, you could save $10,000. You could have $15,000 around. You could have $18,000, $19,000 around, and you would not be penalized. However, today, if you had that much money around, you would not be enrolled in SSI. I can tell you that much. If you had that much money around right now as an SSI beneficiary, sorry, your benefits would be no more, okay? Yeah, we all know that because your benefits would be garnished immediately, right? And they monitor that stuff very closely. If you get any type of assistance, like a bag of groceries from a friend or family member or a neighbor, something like that, you're supposed to report that, and they're supposed to take that away from you in the form of benefits. Again, seriously? They're going to penalize you for getting a $20 bag of groceries from a friend, somebody that's just trying to help you out? You got to be kidding me, right? But those are the rules, and you got to stick to the rules. So anyway, a program that majorly needs reform right now. However, when it comes down to it, I just want to give you that update because people here in the community have been asking what's going on with the SSI Restoration Act. Is it happening this year or not? As of right now, it does not look like it is coming anytime soon. Doesn't mean that it couldn't come anytime soon, but what I do want to throw out there as well, the new Congress will be in session and will be sworn in early January. Here's the thing about the new Congress that's coming in. They could have a whole set of different beliefs. Right now, we have the current Congress. Okay, Picture it this way. Picture that you are working at a job, right? So you're working at a job, you're doing your thing, all is going well, no problem at all. And then you get that announcement where new management is coming in. Have you ever been in this position? I've been there, done that, right? You're working at a job and all of a sudden you get the announcement, new management will be coming into play and they'll be taking, their positions in, the next 5 days or whatever. And you think, great. New management. All was going well here. Why would we need new management? The last thing anybody wants. And then all of a sudden the new management comes in. Sometimes it can be a really good welcomed change. Sometimes the new management will say, hey, I have all these great ideas. I have these new policies. I have these new systems to put in place. And maybe you realize, wait, the new management is actually really good. I'm happy with this new management. Or sometimes the new management comes in and you think, do I really want this job anymore? You know what I mean? You think about it and you say, this new management isn't the best thing in the world. I'm not loving it. They have all these new ideas. They have these new concepts. They have these new systems and all this other things that they're putting in place. Not a fan, right? The same thing comes down to Congress. The new Congress is going to be a whole new set of people, like a whole new set of management, right? Well, do we like their policies? Do we like their ideas? Do we like where they're going with things? Or do we think, oh, that was a bad one. I don't know how we made that bad decision. You know what I mean? So, and again, we don't really know what's going to go on here, but I want to keep you posted with any further details. And that's kind of how it, Congress and like a management, like this analogy that I'm giving you, it's all kind of likened one in the same, right? Anyway, it all comes down to basically the next Congress at this point, if they're going to get something done on this. I can't imagine the current Congress is going to do anything between now and when the new Congress is sworn in. Just being real with you, I just can't foresee that happening. But there's always a chance at anything if they really want to get something done. Either way, I'll continue to watch it very closely. Hope this one answers your questions and gives you a better perspective on what's going on right now, the latest details on SSI, the SSI Restoration Act, and a potential $291 per month raise to bring all these benefits up to the federal poverty line for about 8 million beneficiaries. Anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy, and I'll catch you again later in the next video. I'll see you for now. See ya.